Good morning and welcome to the LRA. My name is Clarence Dula, and I would like to say thanks for coming and joining us. In a few minutes, we will allow others to speak. Right now, I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order. First level of this event will be to introduce the commissioners. We have Natalie Vowell, Gail Brown, myself, Clarence Dula. We have here on our left side, David Meyer and Sunita Wright. What we will do next is approve the minutes.
You have to do roll call, right?
Yes.
Call the roll for present.
You want to give a motion in a second?
Yes, I'd like to have a motion.
Do we not need a roll call for present and not present?
Yeah.
He introduced you. So
Okay, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But you do need a motion in a second.
Yes. Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes from the January 18th, January 30th, and February 22nd meetings.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Vowell?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. I guess at this point we will hear others that have something to say before we get started.
Next item is report.
I'd like to also have a report of the commissioners.
No report.
No report at this time.
Okay. Now, is there anyone that would like to say something before we get started? Have any speakers?
Commissioners, this is Director Knuckles. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I guess.
No report.
I guess no one's online? Okay. Next, we will start with the action of purchases.
Commissioners, we have offers to purchase, and these are parcels that are owned by LRA that consist of unoccupied ground or physical structures, single-family residence, side lots, etc. The offers have submitted offers to purchase with the intention of rehabbing properties as residential or commercial projects, an extension of their yard space, community gardens, or green spaces to enhance and beautify the community. We have several properties under the category of new construction. In the new construction program, they are Class A lots, and they must be a minimum of 4,000 square feet in total land with no more than 3 contiguous lots per offer. Our first offer is 4246 Juniata, ASA Homes LLC, and I'd like to make a motion that we reject this offer. This parcel does not meet minimum criteria of 4,000 square feet.
For clarification, the minimum per square feet is for new construction, and that's what that applies to specifically.
Yes. Yes.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Vowell?
Yes.
Our second offer is 3837 Folsom Avenue, Mayakan, Ayoklakan, and I'd like to make the motion to reject the offer. Parcel does not meet minimum criteria of 4,000 square feet.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rowell.
Yes.
Our third offer under this category is 5842 Bartmer Avenue, Aaron A. Sleet and Andrea D. Lisanne. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the offer, and the offer being contingent upon upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rowell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Commissioners, our second category is as-is rehab property, and it's the as-is rehab program. In this category are Class A residential buildings up to 6 units, no more than one building with no more than 2 contiguous lots or 1 commercial building. The first property in this category, number 4, is 2900 North Newstead Avenue. The second property on 4 is 4528 Greer Avenue. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this offer with closing being contingent upon budget and financing.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rowell.
Yes.
Our next offer, number 5, is 4732 Northland Avenue and 4738 Northland Avenue, Rosetta Lawrence Johnson. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this offer with closing being contingent upon approval of a detailed budget and financing prior to closing.
Second, just had a point of clarity. Is there a reason that this one says detailed budget versus the other one's usually saying budget? Were there details that were missing?
Yes, wasn't quite sure as to what she gave us, budget amount. We didn't have anything that showed that it was
Okay.
less of amount to do that project.
Okay, just making sure that we're consistent with everyone. Gotcha. Second.
Roll?
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rowell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 6, 2436 South First Street, Keith Williams. And I'd like to make a motion that we accept the offer with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rowell.
Yes.
Next,
Motion
Next.
carries.
Next, we have multiple offers. We have 5 offers with accepting one of the offers. The first in this offer is 5115 Enright, T-Rex Construction Group, LLC, rejection due to acceptance of another offer. And we have the next one, 5115 Enright, Jimmy Shepherd, and that is rejection of an offer due to acceptance of another offer. The next is 5115 Enright Avenue, Snyder Mitchell Advisory, which is rejection due to another offer. So my motion is that we accept the last in this category of 5, and reject the other offers, which would be number 8, 9, and 10, and, I'm sorry,
9.
number 7, 8, 9,
And
reject,
11, reject.
and 11 reject, yes, and accept number 10. And that would be 5115 Enright, Sandra Harris, acceptance being contingent upon approval of budget and financing. And number 5, did not read that one, but that is being rejected as a part of this group as well. So to clean that up, we are rejecting number 7, 8, 9, and 11, due to the acceptance of item number 10, which is 5115 Enright from Sandra Harris. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowles.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Number 12, we have 4549 Adelaide. Oh,
The rest of number 11.
okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Number 11, the balance of number 11, we have the properties that are listed as a part of number 11 Exhibit A that's in your documents, and we are rejecting that as we just accepted the offer in another offer. So it's rejection of this 5115 Enright due to acceptance of another offer, and rejection of other parcels due to the condition of the existing parcels. So this one is being rejected. Clear, David? Okay. Moving on to item number 12, we have 4549 Adelaide, Carrot. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
So you're good, but we need a second vote.
Okay.
So we need a motion to reject.
Yeah. So if we could have a motion, I'd like to make the motion that we reject then item number 11.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowles.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 12, 4549 Adelaide, submitted by T-Rex Construction Group LLC. And we have an offer amount of $300 and the estimated value of $2,000. Therefore, we are asking, we are going to make a motion to counter our offer at the full price estimated value of $2,000, with closing being contingent upon approval of budget and financing.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Oh, I just have one question. I wanted to make sure that 2,000, that is, I wanted to make it clear, for the public that is in line with, basically the uniform pricing that we had come up with, in attempts to reform our procedures and streamline everything. So it's not an arbitrary value, but just, that we are being fair across the board.
All right. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowles.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 13, 1284 Goodfellow Goodfellow Boulevard, submitted by T-Rex Construction Group LLC. And we'd like to make a motion to reject this offer due to acceptance of the offer, his offer, this firm's offer on 4549 Adelaide.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, item number 14, you will see the items listed in Exhibit A, submitted by Harold Williams, and there's multiple offers here. This particular offer, I'm making the motion based on the information that we have there before us, that I'd like to make a motion that we defer this offer pending review with the Housing Committee prior to the Commission's decision.
Second, and I would like to clarify that Housing Committee is for that specific neighborhood and ward, right?
Yes.
Okay, just for the public, just because that's a little misleading. So we're attempting to do neighborhood engagement across all of our wards and neighborhoods. So yeah, second stands. It's being deferred, not rejected. They're just, we're encouraging people to connect with the neighborhood and make sure their project fits within the scope of what the neighborhood desires. And we're being very intentional about who we consider engaging as the neighborhood. We don't want one group of people to speak disproportionately for anyone else, so we want it to be very local and very community-driven.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
5939 Sherry Avenue, submitted by Cheryl Walker, and the motion is to defer pending review with the Neighborhood Housing Committee prior to the Commission's decision.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 16, 5939 Sherry Avenue, and 5941 Sherry Avenue. Like to make the motion to defer pending review with the Neighborhood Housing Committee prior to the Commission's decision.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 17, 5405 Clover Avenue, submitted by LaDonna McKinney. Like to make the motion to defer this offer pending review with Neighborhood Housing Committee prior to the Commission's decision.
Second?
Call, please.
Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Commissioners, our next category is in the category of development. The development program are offers for parcels owned by LRA that consist of physical structures, single-family residence, side lots, 2 families, 4 families, etc., for the rehab and/or construction of any combination of the following: rehab and/or construction, mixed-use buildings, rehab and/or construction of multiple residential buildings, rehab of residential buildings with more than 6 units, and/or commercial projects. The first item we have in this category, item number 18, you'll see the parcel submitted there in Exhibit A, being submitted by the Fit and Food Connection, care of Gabriel T. Cole. And looking at the values, we make the recommendation to do a motion. My recommendation is that we make a motion to counter for the full price with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
The full price being what amount?
The full price being the $1,427.
Sorry, I may have missed this before, but I'm looking at the value, and it totals $750, and it's $250 for each of 3 lots. So I'm not sure where the $1,400 is coming from.
If I may.
Yes.
So Commissioner Brown, for clarity, we made note of that. That is actually what the offer turned in as far as what she was offering about to pay for those properties. But we'll include the information from our standard price list.
Okay,
This is what they offer.
Our actual listing
okay.
based upon, square footage.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Next, we have item number 19, which is a multiple offer. Here, a double offer. Okay.
25.
And we'll need to refer to 25. This particular offer, you see the various lots that are there, that total, that estimated value, from TNT Auto Center LLC. And there's also part of this in item number 25 when we get to that number there, but based on my understanding, or our understanding of this one, my motion is that we defer this offer until we receive further information from community engagement.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Our next category, Commissioners, we have the General Lot Purchase Program. And in this program, we provide guidelines for the sales of LRA lots, Class A, for any purpose other than new construction, building, rehab, or development. Our first item in this category, item number 20, 5370 Union Boulevard, submitted by Richard Thomas. And the motion is to reject due to the unacceptance of the use. So you have that information before you, and I'd like to make a motion that we reject it due to the usage of, the proposed usage of the lot.
I will second that, but with comment. It looks like this would, or should be eligible under the side lot program because this person lives adjacent to the lot, or the property, I think, which is now a lot. But due to some of our policies that have just been changed, it seems like it's no longer eligible for side lot. Is that correct, or? Got it. So are we able to reach out to that person and see if they want to buy both?
I'm sorry, I said it's not eligible for a side lot because there's another LRA lot next to it. Under the new side lot policy, there can't be another LRA lot next to it.
Yeah, are we able to reach out to that person about the other lot and see if they want to purchase that one instead, or the other, I mean, I guess, so the lot that this person wants to buy is next to their house, but on the other side is another lot.
It's LRA lot.
So, it would seem like we would want to get, some of that land off of our bill of our overhead and make sure that they are able to control that parcel rather than letting it get overgrown and wait for somebody to come in and develop both or something like that. So have we reached out to them, or is that something that's just,
No, because, Commissioner Brown, yes, we would like to have all of our lots, but under our doesn't apply. Has to be-
Good morning, Commissioners. Can you all hear me? This is Director Knuckles.
yes? Thanks, Lance.
Good morning, everyone. Director Knuckles, Commissioner Val, I would not, at this point, if the program does not fit and the offer is not in a position to purchase those lots and build upon them, this would not be an approach to just extend and have a resident have two side lots. These are actually developable lots, and so we want to make sure that we explore some opportunity in partnership with community prior to taking the approach that you recommended. However, if we find ourselves down the road and these parcels cannot be activated, I think we would definitely reconsider and have a conversation with that offerer about purchasing in a different context.
Got it. Well, there's no more community than the person who's literally next door, so I do hope that we engage that individual. That's all I had, if you want to call a vote.
Roll call, please.
We already did this, oh, I'm sorry. Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
No.
Motion carries.
Item number 21, property address 1119 John Avenue, submitted by Quincy Looney and Valerie Looney. And I'd like to make a motion to reject this offer due to future development proposed.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Item 22, we have 2061 East Prairie Avenue and 2063 East Prairie Avenue, submitted by Roy R. Henderson. I'd like to make the motion to accept this offer with closing being contingent upon approval of paving, fencing, and landscaping plans.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 23, 2101 Salisbury, Pocket Parks, is the offer, care of Samantha Smukula. And I'd like to make a motion to accept the offer with the condition that the property remains a green space.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 24, you have several parcels. They're listed in Exhibit A, submitted by Redline Transit Express LLC, care of Shirley Ann Moore. And I'd like to make a motion that we accept this offer with closing being contingent upon approval of plans for paving, fencing, landscaping, budget, and financing.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Val.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 25, Exhibit A. You see those items and addresses listed in Exhibit A. Several of those offers are double offers, and they, as we're seeing in number 19, submitted by New Earth Farm LLC, care of Stacy L. Klein. I'd like to make a motion that we defer this offer pending review with the Neighborhood Housing Committee prior to the Commission's decision.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 26, Exhibit A, as listed, the various parcels on Dr. Martin Luther King, submitted by Jeremy Booker, and I'd like to make a motion that we accept this offer with closing being contingent upon approval of plans for paving, fencing, landscaping, budget, and financing.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, Commissioners, we have the side lot program. And in the side lot program, these are parcels that are owned by LRA that consist of unoccupied ground that's too small to support new construction. These non-buildable lots are parcels that are less than 4,000 square feet and cannot be contiguous to another LRA parcel. These lots are made available and affordable to adjacent property owners to be used as a side lot and expand personal property. The lots are pre-approved for sale by the LRA Board of Commissioners. The first parcel we have in this category, item number 27, is 5372 North Union Boulevard. I'd like to make the motion to reject this offer as the side lot is not eligible because the property is adjacent to another LRA property.
Second, with a comment that this is also contiguous with number 20. So this person would like to buy both lots, correct? But they're both adjacent to other LRA property? Is that correct? I mean, honestly, that's our fault as a city, not this person's fault, and I am glad to see someone's trying to get it back online and get it back on the tax rolls. So, I think maybe we need to examine that policy again, or at least work out some bugs. That's all. Go ahead.
Roll call.
I seconded.
Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
No.
Motion carries.
Item 28, 1125 John, and that is an offer submitted by Quincy Looney and Valerie Person Looney, and the motion is to reject. This, again, is not a side lot. The side lot is not eligible because the property is adjacent to another LRA property.
And again, that is related to number 21, the same individuals making that offer. Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Item 29, 4526 Cottage Avenue, submitted by Bernetta Ketchum and Denise Henderson. I make the motion to reject the purchase of the lot as the lot is not eligible because the property is adjacent to another LRA property.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Next, number 30, address 1201 Albert Avenue. we have WCal Investments, care of David Walker. I'd like to make the motion to accept this offer contingent upon re-subdividing the lot line, as condition of the closing.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 31, 4234 West Sacramento. We have an offer submitted by Take Investments LLC, Tranica L. Riggins, care of Tranica L. Riggins, and I'd like to make the motion to reject the offer as it is not an eligible lot because it is adjacent to another LRA property.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Next, we have 32, item number 32. Property address is 5341 Brilliant Avenue, submitted by Jamoto Properties LLC, care of Joseph Bonnet. I'd like to make the motion to reject the offer as it is not eligible lot because it is adjacent to another LRA property.
I need to abstain on this one due to connection to the offer, so I'm not going to second.
We have to second, we can't go on. Or it just dies.
Clarence could second.
Second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Next, we have item number 33, property address 5236 Wren, submitted by Ricola Smith and Daria Jones. I'd like to make the motion to reject the offer as the side lot is not eligible because it is adjacent to another LRA property.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Now, this is another category that we're going into, item F. These are option renewals, and option renewals are offers. These are offers that request for additional time to complete the project due to construction delays, funding, on options that are near expiration. Offers must display proof of consistent progress to receive renewals of options and extensions of time. Our first offer in this category, item number 34, is 2421 North Taylor Avenue, 4209 Garfield Avenue, submitted by Northside Community Housing, also DBA NCH Holdings LLC, by Michael Burns. I'd like to make a motion that we accept a 12-month option for acceptance of $5,252 12-month option with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing. Condition, final extension request.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Item number 35, you see Exhibit A has with all of the parcels that are there listed, submitted by 2D Green Investments, LLC, on behalf of Doug Lawrence. Make a motion that we accept a 12-month option at the $63,753, with this option being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second?
Roll call, please. Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 36, you have the items listed there before you in Exhibit A, the various parcels submitted by Old North St. Louis Restoration Group, care of Jessica Payne, and like to make a motion that we accept the $4,000 option over 12-month option, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing. And
Second?
the final renewal.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 37, Exhibit A, you see the various parcels listed, the offer being submitted, the option renewal being submitted. This is the second request from Old North St. Louis Restoration Group, care of Vanessa Blackman. And like to make the motion that we accept this option renewal request, the acceptance of $9,612, 12-month option, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 38, again, you have the various items listed in your packet there in Exhibit A. We have that submitted by Favored LLC, care of Cortega Collins, and this is the second option renewal request. I'd like to make the motion that we accept this renewal request of $4,701, 12-month option, with closing being contingent upon approval of plans, budget, and financing.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, we have our option renewal. This is the fifth request. The parcels you see are listed in Exhibit A, submitted by Smart Living by Design, from Sylvester Johnson Jr., and my motion is to reject offer. Our policy is for 3 renewal requests, so rejection due to this being the 5th option request with no significant progress.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Commissioners, our next category is under the heading miscellaneous. Miscellaneous items are requested changes from the original approved board decision. These may include a change of in-use, name change, etc. The request must go before the board for consideration. The first item we have in this category is 1380 Arlington, submitted by Paul Barnes and Shajay, I'm sorry, Mosley, Shashai, okay. This property, Mr. Barnes was approved to purchase the side lot at 1382 Arlington Avenue at the July 28th, 2010 LRA board meeting. And then at the same time, offered 1374 Arlington. In our investigation, we found that 1380 and 1382 Arlington has already been fenced in by Mr. Barnes. The commission rejected 1374 Arlington and approved the sale to Mr. Barnes, 1380 and 1382 Arlington. The decision was to go back before the board and add 1380. During this time, staff was working from home due to COVID. Staff Secretary Claire inadvertently looked over this, and it was not corrected. The recommendation at this time is to quitclaim 1380 Arlington to Mr. Barnes, and my motion is that we accept this action.
Second.
Roll call, please. Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Commissioners, our next category falls under the heading of donations. Donations are parcels which consist of unoccupied ground or structures owned by constituents who desire to donate due to no longer wanting the property or they are incapable of maintaining the upkeep. The donation is entered into the LRA inventory and sold using the LRA process. A first item in this category, and only item in this category, is item number 411018 Bittner Street, offered by Chastity Blocker, and like to make a motion that we accept this donation.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Second. Yes. Sorry.
Carries.
Got my notes up.
In the next category, we have our previous offers prior to the LRA pause. We'll go through these offers here. This is item number 42, and that's 425 Blase, and that's 7850 North Broadway, submitted by Nitin Jain, and that offer was deferred from June 22 until the seller LRA properties resumed. Based on the information that we have here before us, my motion is that we defer this offer in order to investigate HUD regulations further.
Second, and I have a question on that. Can we explain for the public how long we intend to defer and what the HUD regulations are that we're looking into? I don't know if that's a question for Ms. Sonetta or Lance.
I can explain the HUD part.
Okay, thanks, David.
So this parcel was actually acquired directly from HUD back in the 90s. It had a number of strings attached to the deed, so we need to review and make sure that those strings are something that a potential purchaser can abide by. Among other things, it has specific requirements on how LRA is to market the property. We think those have been waived, but we need to verify and make sure that we have something in writing, and also some dollar amounts associated with that.
Okay, and do you know about how long that will take? 30 days, a year?
Well, no.
Commissioner Val, this is Director Knuckles. We always attempt to, we do our very best to move on deferrals as fast as we possibly can. This is one that may take up to 60 days based upon a clear understanding of the requirements for this property, but we will be moving expeditiously to get clarification and find a path forward for this parcel to move in the next 30 to 60 days.
Got it, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll call, please. Did we get a second?
Yeah, second.
Call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowe.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 43, we have 2834 North Grand, offer submitted by St. Louis Kettle Corn, care of Sandy Daniels. This offer was deferred from the June 2022 until now, until the sale of the LRA properties resumed. And we, in base, looking at the information that we have before us, and understanding this particular parcel, like to make the motion to reject this due to the future development.
Second with questions. So it says the person is already using this for community outdoor activities, and it is LRA owned, is that correct? Oh,
Wanted to use typo error.
okay.
It was due to future development.
So the ones that say future development, those, I will say, concern me for, I mean, a little, if we don't have an active offer on it, can you explain for the public, maybe this is a Lance question, what future development that might be? Are we just hoping that somebody will come along and make an offer, or do we have active interest in it? Lance, can you hear us? Are you available?
I can hear you. So I apologize, I had to step away for a quick moment to address my health. But what's the question for me?
So on the ones that are rejected due to future development, I just want us to be very clear about what that means. Are we hoping someone will come along and put an offer on it, or do we actually have activity in that area or development that is happening on that parcel? If we're rejecting them due to future development, I want to make sure that there is actually development happening, and we're not just basing that on a hope.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you so very much for the question. Grand Avenue is a strategic corridor for this city. As we know, the Greenway is being activated and moving forward, and we are actively in discussion around what are the larger development opportunities that can be activated along that corridor. There are other activities that are happening on the west side of the street that we want to make sure that intended uses for these parcels are in alignment with the overall plan and structure for what's happening down Grand Avenue. And so we are in a position to be actively having discussions with GRG and the community partners around this effort to identify best use as we move forward.
So do we have an MOU that encompasses this specific property with GRG?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We do not have a specific MOU. As the larger commission, I'm going to ask you all to think about the context of developing an entire corridor and identifying how programming might be maximized. And so as we move forward, this is a potential use for this parcel. And I'm assuming we're talking about 2834 Grand.
Yes.
That is a part of a larger parcel, and I think the offeror may not be aware of the size of that parcel. And so we are going to continue to engage this offerer around how this project might fit within the larger scope and scale of this corridor.
Got it. So would maybe deferral be more appropriate than outright rejection?
If the commissioners would prefer to do a deferral, this is one, Commissioner, you raised the question about how long it would be deferred. This would be a potential property that could get deferred for several months as that corridor is still developing as we move forward. So it is up to the commission to make that final decision. Me and my team have made the recommendation, but it's at the discretion of this commission to make a decision that you all feel comfortable with making.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think, Natalie?
Do you mind if I offer a friendly amendment to defer? Or do you want to stick with the original?
Just knowing the scope of the project, this may change. So I don't know if, and right now it's being purchased for, it's being used for outdoor activities.
But it's not being used, that's what I asked, but it's not.
Okay, it's not being used, but that's what she wants it to be used
Yeah.
for. And knowing if, about Great Rivers Greenway, we're talking about highest and best use. Yeah, we're talking about highest and best use, and the question is, if she wants to use it for outdoor activities, if it's going to be a part of a major project, which we know that's currently in work, I'm not sure that this is consistent with what they do. So, I mean, you can, but,
No, it's fine, we can just vote on the original motion.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh. Lance, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I didn't know, Commissioner, when you said go ahead, I didn't know if you referred to me. Commissioners, I definitely, in appreciating the deliberation, I am more than glad to accept this body moving to a deferral and actively engaging with the residents along the corridor as well as with GRG, and to see how this potential use that's being offered by this offer can be woven into that landscape. I would just ask we defer it for 30 days and allow us to do that work, and then we can bring back a little more information maybe for this body to make an informed decision that you're comfortable with. So I would gladly offer the recommendation, Commissioner Brown, to be modified to be a deferral at the discretion of the commission to accept or to move in such a way.
I guess I would offer an amendment to the motion that we have to vote on before we vote on the motion. The amendment being rejection due to future development being omitted and changed to modified to deferral for 30 days to gain more information on the scope of the project and engaging the community.
Second.
Roll call, please. Yes.
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 Motion carries.
Well, the amendment, now we have to vote on the,
No, that was
the amended motion.
did it. You already,
No, we do the amendment, and it's a secondary motion.
Yeah, you already.
And now we vote on the actual amendment as amended.
Okay.
Roll call?
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowe.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 44, 5701 Lincoln Way, also known as 5700 Elwood. This offer was also deferred on the June 2022 until now, and I'd like to make the motion that we accept this offer.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowe,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Brown.
Yes, also.
I'm Val now. I'm Val. Okay. Okay.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have 4200 Goodfellow, that is submitted by Delta GF LLC, care of Larry Dutch. And that also was deferred, and based on the information that we have before us, I'd like to make a motion that we reject this offer due to future proposed development.
Second, but with questions. So I drive by this building all the time. It is across the street from my house, and it is a terrible eyesore. So I'm wondering what the future development might look like. I mean, I want to see it something done with it as a resident of the area. So if I mean, this person the offerer owns a nearby property, and I'm just wondering what could be better than that, better suited to the area, because that parcel is in terrible condition in a terrible area. So, anybody who has some information on that, I would really like to hear that.
Commissioner Val, this is Director Knuckles. So I would like to have the slides go back up because the slides for 4200 are not accurate. So I want to make sure that we're comparing apples to apples in this discussion. And so 4200 Goodfellow is the structure in the front. And so the image, we want to make sure that 4200, if you look at the image on the lower left corner and the image in the center, the parcel in question is actually the one right at the front of Goodfellow. And nope, you got to go up further to the top, go up further. The structure above the cursor, I'm sorry, I don't know who's driving. But it is the parcel there. That is 4200 Goodfellow. All the information on this parcel is related to a previous lot that is 5101 Lincoln Way. In addition, Commissioner, so I just want to make sure we have the appropriate context of what we're talking about. The parcels south, or actually north of the vacated street, are all part of a larger development opportunity that I'm unprivileged to speak about in great context, but there's a huge swath of parcels that effort is being put underway to consider how we might do a larger development. And that parcel in question at 4200 Goodfellow would be considered a part of that project. So that is the question I can respond to you in this moment in time, Commissioner, that parcel is one that is being sought after as a part of a larger development project.
I know you can't give details. Do you have a timeline on that or an estimate?
Commissioner, that is the information I can provide in this public forum.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. You can take that vote if you're ready.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Abstain.
Motion carries.
Item number 46, we have 6048 Maple Avenue, 6052 Maple Avenue, and 6054 Maple Avenue, presented by Renish Vasal and Rahala Tulu. This offer was deferred from our June 22nd meeting, and based on the information we have before us, my motion is to defer this offer on these parcels until receipt of review from the Neighborhood Housing Committee prior to the Commission's decision.
Second with a question.
Okay.
If this was deferred in June, with the instruction to be discussed with the West End Housing Committee, did the offeror take any action between now and then?
No.
Okay, so we're giving them an additional deferral, deferring again so that they can still engage with the Housing Committee?
Well, when he called, we didn't give him the,
Oh, that directive wasn't given to them. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Good.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Rao.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 47, Exhibit A parcels are listed in your material there. It is an offer. This offer is being submitted by Helvemus Inc. and on behalf of Bernard and Andrea Ramey. The motion I'd like to make is to defer this offer pending review with the Neighborhood Housing Committee prior to the commission's decision.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Powell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, item number 48, we have 5507 Partridge Avenue, submitted by Andre Pitinko, and like to defer this offer pending review with the Neighborhood Housing Committee prior to the commission's decision.
Second?
Roll call, please. Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Powell.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Commissioners, this is Director Knuckles. Can I bring a point of order?
Yes.
There is a gentleman who is in the chat who wanted to speak in regards to the Cabanne parcels, and I am going to attempt to just offer something to this committee to consider. Is based on his communication with me on the side, is that he had been engaged with the neighborhood organization or the community, and the We Collaborative body, their development review committee, had been going through its formalization phase, and he has received final approval from architects. And so I think this is one that we may want to explore, and I think they may be ready to purchase pretty quickly. And so I may want to look at the lots on Cabanne as something to defer to get them back in front of the We Collaborative Housing Committee and get that final support. If they're in a position to actually purchase parcels to activate, I want to give them the opportunity to do so, and that would allow this body and Commissioner Val and your consistent effort to move parcels, that if these parcels are in position to be executed and developed in a reasonable manner, I would love to give this offer an opportunity to do so.
Okay, so
What I'm asking
David,
I'm asking the commissioners to review offer 39 at Cabanne and defer that, because I think that was an option that was on its fifth term.
Option renewal. Yeah, that was
Yes,
the
ma'am.
fifth. Yeah, that was the fifth option request.
So
Yes,
if
ma'am.
somebody wishes-
Okay.
If somebody wishes, they could move to.
Okay.
okay. I'll move to reconsider item number 39. So do we just go straight to a vote again after a second?
Roll call, please.
I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Brown,
Yes.
Yes. So David, that reconsider,
And then you-
now we make a motion to defer.
You'll discuss and then make it
Okay.
to the amended.
Okay. So I move that we defer this decision until, I guess, further community engagement and planning has been done.
Commissioner Val, I would just say defer for 30 days. We'll have,
For 30
we'll
days.
just say
Okay, I
60
wasn't sure if there
days.
was a timeline on that.
Let's just say 60 days, because I don't know exactly when the We Collab Development Review Committee meets. And so if I had that date, I could be more specific, but let's just say 60 days. That would allow this group to get to that body and also back to you all in a reasonable time.
Thanks, Lance. So I move that we defer for 60 days.
Roll call, please.
Second.
Roll call, please.
and who's the second by? Dula.
Dula.
Okay. Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Powell.
Yes.
Motion carries. Great.
Next, Commissioner, we have several resolutions before us. Our first resolution is resolution number 23, LRA number 26. An executive summary of this resolution authorizes the execution of a 6-month lease extension of the current agreement with Spire to use certain vacant LRA parcels as a storage and staging ground to facilitate Spire's gas main upgrades around the Lewis Place area. And so I would like to have a motion, I make the motion that we approve this resolution.
Second?
Roll call, please. Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowles.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Our next resolution is resolution number 23 LRA-27, and the executive summary on that is that this resolution authorizes the acceptance of funds and the execution of a work program contract between the Land Realization Authority of the City of St. Louis, Missouri, LRA, and the City of St. Louis Community Development Administration, CDA, for the implementation of a beautification of vacant properties program in the amount of $6,500,000. And I'd like to make the motion that we approve this resolution.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Our next resolution we have before us is resolution number 23-LRA-028, and in this resolution, our summary is that this resolution authorizes the issuance of a request for qualifications for lawn maintenance and for the LRA Authority's beautification of vacant properties program. I call for a motion. This is a motion that I would ask that you approve.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula,
Yes?
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Bowles.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Before we go to this next resolution, I just want to ask Sean. Sean's here. Did you want to say anything about this, Sean? Okay. Okay. All right. We have resolution number 23 LRA-29, and our summary is that this resolution authorizes the use of Proposition NS funds to stabilize specific itemized LRA-owned residential properties determined to be eligible for the Prop NS program. The specific properties described in this resolution have been evaluated by Prop NS staff with a numeric rating assigned to each property based on a community-vetted evaluation rubric and presented to the Stabilization Advisory Committee for their review and subsequent referral to the LRA board. In this resolution, you do have the various properties that are being referred to here, and based on the information we have in front of us, I'd like to make a motion that we accept this resolution.
Second, and I just had one question on number 3. I don't know if you want to speak to that.
Yes.
So, the committee recommends stabilization with Prop NS funds if and only if additional funds can be secured to bridge the gap between the Prop NS limited amount and what will be needed to fully stabilize the building. I'm noticing this is the only south side building on this list, and we're, instead of rejecting it, we are looking for additional funding versus the other ones on the north side, which we are not looking to seek additional funding for. Do we have an active interested buyer in that one, or why is that one isolated parcel being considered for additional funding? And where would that additional funding come from?
Short answer is that ordinarily you present recommendations from the committee. They review the evaluations we prepare for them, and if something looks like it has a significant amount over the estimate, or if the estimate is significantly over the capital expense, normally we reject that and recommend against. This particular one, not the first we've had like this, but it is one where I had a significant number of community support for stabilizing it. Support, who also indicated that they would help us identify additional resources. In addition to the profit estimates, they would help us try to. In addition to that, there was a suggestion that at least one of those parties might be interested in action. Just of that is that if there are no additional funds identified before we enter into that stabilization contract.
Commissioners, this is Director Knuckles. I'd like the opportunity to share some context. Is that available? Okay. So one of the things, I think Sean did a phenomenal job providing the what, why, and how, if you will. I also think the other piece to keep in mind is that as we have a real strong development effort to really focus and activate LRA properties in North St. Louis, we do have a smaller number of parcels in South City. And so the impact of our ability to support some of those projects in partnership with community is really critical because there are a smaller number of parcels for us to address and support. And so there is an active community organization or series of community organizations that are working diligently to activate the few parcels that they have. And so this is our effort to work in collaboration to support the South Side executing work that is beneficial in value, but more specifically driven by community. So we will continue to work with them to see if they can find additional resources as we move forward.
So do we have a uniform procedure or policy on how we identify these community organizations? You know, I mean, who speaks for the community, who gets to be an officially recognized partner, who we are more willing or less willing to work with? Do we have a procedure for groups to come before us?
Well, the problem is have the opportunity for anybody to support, whether it's an older person or a community-based organization, and neighbors that's right next door to it, weddings and there's in this case we have 3 of those.
Thanks. Lance, did you want to say something?
So Commissioner, I think I truly appreciate the effort in us doing community engagement. I think it's not for this body to start to move in this notion of identifying who's a recognized neighborhood organization, but that all voices in the neighborhood have value. And so I definitely appreciate your thoughts about that. But there are residents who have been speaking up in different ways in support of efforts across the entire city. This is very similar in an effort like we're working with the We Collab Development Review Committee in the West End. And so this is no different than any other procedure of our effort to support and partner with residents who are actively engaged in the redevelopment of LRA properties.
Thanks. I just want to make sure that individual voices and neighbors are heard versus just an organization speaking for everyone. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's all my questions. Anybody else? Ready for the vote? Did you second? Okay.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dula?
Yes?
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Rao?
Yes.
Okay. Motion carries. It's time now for the director's report.
Good morning, Commissioners. Again, this is Director Knuckles. I truly appreciate the continued effort of this body to investigate the work that we do in partnership with this commission to activate parcels in our great city. This month, I don't have a deep report to my voice is about the fade, so don't want to spend too much time, but I do appreciate, I want to just circle back on a few items that you all approved to give context. The effort in partnership with the Community Development Agency in activating $6.5 million to do a much better job at the maintenance of LRA properties is a very conscious and proactive first step for us to do better in maintaining the parcels that we have stewardship of. And so these dollars will assist with LRA being able to contract, preferably and hopefully with minority contractors, to maintain up to 106 parcels. And then our relationship that we have with forestry, that contract would work in other areas, so we can ease some of the burden on forestry, so we can actually do a much better job and then build the case for what we really need to maintain these parcels. In addition, I know you all are aware in our option policy that changed for options that are coming to this body in a new format, that those offerers need to maintain parcels themselves. And so again, I really want to bring to your attention that this is our effort to operationalize a better way to maintain the parcels, to allow our residents to feel safer, more comfortable in the neighborhoods in which they live, and for us to be able to activate these parcels in a more effective way. So one, I just want to provide that context. And so our ability to align the resources that SODC is in stewardship of and collaborating with LRA, we are working to activate LRA properties in a more strategic way. And I'm excited that we should be coming back in front of this body for approval of a set of new policies as it relates to our pricing policies and fees. That will then be the next phase of our work. And then I've mentioned in previous meetings that we are moving towards the modernization of the LRA website that we're working diligently on, and hopes to have that done in the next quarter. That would allow us to have a much more streamlined pathway for residents to understand. And I'll circle back to a comment that Commissioner Val, you made around the side lot program. I think our ability to just be more clear around that a lot next to you doesn't just automatically qualify, but to provide some graphic context, if you will, that we can do better in a website to help people understand that if there's multiple parcels next to your property, that the parcel next to you does not meet that threshold of a side lot. So it will allow us to do a much better job of communicating. And I think those who found themselves in that space with the side lot program, we will find that we'll remove those kind of communication barriers as we move forward. And so those are just the comments I wanted to make to this commission today. I am glad to serve at the behest of this body to do work to activate parcels for the benefit of business, housing, industry, and to generate additional tax revenue for this city. So I thank you all for your service, and that'll wrap up my report to this body today.
Thanks, Lance. Hope you feel better. Announce the next meeting.
All right, thank you very much. The next commissioner meeting is scheduled for April 26th, 2023. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll talk with you then.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second. Roll call, please.